Coming up on Look Today, we have more updates on the Saratoga Springs charter review process. And after a fire damaged its mechanical room, the Ballston Spa Middle School is scheduled to reopen. More on that coming up. And we've got more on the Lake George Winter Carnival. I've got those details. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone and happy Friday. I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Tamara Flanders. She's the administrative director of the annual Flurry Festival, and she's here to discuss this very exciting event that features all kinds of different dance and performances this weekend in Saratoga. And I also sit down with Drew Calley. He's a spiritual medium, and he's here to talk about his unique gift and an exciting event that's happening at the Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, we've got some updates on the Saratoga Springs City Charter Review process. As you probably know, a special election is scheduled to be held on May 30th to determine a new form of government for Saratoga. Now, there are many that believe that the vote for a new form of government should be moved to November with the general election. Some say that the May 30th special election was strategically planned in favor of those who support the change. Well, we spoke to Joe Dalton. Joe is a retired resident in Saratoga Springs, who, by the way, served as president of the Saratoga Chamber of Commerce for over 40 years.
We're saying it's an attempt to rule out the vast majority of people because people just aren't paying attention to it, and it's Memorial Day weekend, and the vote will take place with a small number of people, just like school board elections have been.
Now, we also spoke to Joe about the current form of government.
The form of government we've got right now has worked for 100 years. We've received all sorts of national awards. We've got a balanced budget. We've got great ratings from the rating companies nationwide. It's a lifestyle that people are moving to. It's not like we have all sorts of problems.
Now, we here at Look Media feel it's important to keep this dialogue going and present both sides of the issue. We're in contact with Mayor Yepsen's office, and she will be a guest here next week. In other news, after a fire forced the Ballston Spa Middle School to close, the school is now rescheduled to open on Monday. Now, due to a mechanical malfunction in one of the cleaning machines, a fire broke out, disabling many of the operational functions of the school. Well, we spoke to Joe Drugoni. He's the superintendent of the Ballston Spa School District.
Despite a small fire, a contained fire, significant damage to our building system. So really, when we got in there and assessed everything to make the repairs and get the building up and running and sanitized and clean and safe and re-inspected for everybody, our staff and students to return, the time frame was a week. As we look forward to it, we're looking forward to opening Monday morning. Everything's on schedule. All the controls are made. The building's been cleaned and sanitized head to toe, every square inch. So it's really going to be like walking back into a new environment.
Good news. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw clear skies. We got a full moon. We saw some sunshine. Let's see how the weekend is shaping up. I don't think it looks so good. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. As we take our first look at the forecast, continuing on into our Friday evening, we have high pressure down to the south, another snowy storm system doing its best to brush on through. As it does, we can still pick up several inches of snowfall across the board heading through tonight. Backdoor cold front still sweeping back down. And as it does, you can see those cold temperatures. 4 degrees in Burlington, 13 Albany, 15 in Boston, while some 20s and 30s still hold on down to the south, but some more moisture will be in there, and that'll give us a chance of some snow. In fact, 1 to 3 inches of it across the Glens Falls area through the overnight hours. We also very chilly with a low of about 10 degrees. Wind chills pushing that down even colder. We'll start to see those winds returning out of the south as we head through the daytime tomorrow. High 33. We'll see some light flurry activity, otherwise overcast and kind of a gloomy day. Out the door tomorrow morning, we're going to see that snowfall wrapping back up. Could still see some slick spots on the road. It'll be extremely cold, 11 to 13. And when you factor in the wind chill down near the 0-degree mark. So extremely cold weather out there over the next few days. We'll still keep a chance of some lighter snow in the forecast. Saturday, 40% chance of some snow flurries, 80% chance on Sunday. Monday, high 35, 60% chance of some light snow, and back to some sunshine by Tuesday afternoon. Well, that's it from the Weather Center. Now let's get back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Bran. It's going to be an ugly winter. Welcome to winter. It's going to be an ugly weekend is what I meant to say. Welcome to winter. Back to the news. Well, speaking of weather, the Lake George Winter Carnival is in full swing. Now, although there's only a thin layer of ice on Lake George in the southern basin, the lake, therefore, is unsafe for any on-ice activities. But because of this, some of the activities have been moved to Lake Luzerne. Well, we spoke to Mayor Bob Blaze of Lake George about the carnival.
The carnival's on. We got 3 more weeks to go. We're moving the races this weekend, I believe, over to Lake Luzerne. So there'll still be some activities going on here in Shepherd Park, and we invite everyone to come on up and enjoy a great winter carnival.
Yeah, it's always fun to go up there. Up next, I sit down with Tamara Flanders. She's the administrative director of the annual Flurry Festival, and she's here to discuss the exciting event that features all kinds of dance and performances right here in Saratoga this weekend. Plus, I also sit down with Drew Calley. He's a spiritual medium, and he's here to talk about his unique gift and an exciting event that's happening at the Universal Preservation Hall in Saratoga. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Well, it's Friday, so I want to thank the crew. Ladies first, that would be Dana and Antoinette. Then we got Andrew, we got Drew, we got Jack and Joel, and we have Norm to make this program possible each week. And over the weekend, reminder that Dance Flurry, that's a 3-day event that actually starts tonight in Saratoga at City Center. It is just really one heck of an event. I highly encourage you. You want to get rid of some cabin fever, head over to Dance Flurry. And if you want to be outside, then head up to Lake George for the Lake George Winter Carnival. That's always fun. I know there's not ice, but it's still a heck of a lot of fun. And for anybody my age, you'll love this one. My buddy Bob and I and Lorraine are headed down to Albany tomorrow night to the Palace Theater for Get the Lead Out. According to Jimmy Page, it's the best Led Zeppelin tribute band. I can't wait for that, I'm telling you, really. And one last one, kind of corny. Maybe most of it is corny. But I was going to get my soup today, and I'm walking along the sidewalk, and this mom is walking along with her younger child. And the child says, "Hey, Mom, blah, blah, blah." And something just struck me about the enthusiasm and the excitement in the child's voice. You love to see that relationship between a parent and a child. The kid was just so excited to say something to his mother. All right. Tonight on Look TV, it's Beyond the Headlines, and we got tracks. We got a bunch of stuff over the weekend. Have a safe weekend, everybody. The weather's not going to be good, so be careful out there. And we'll see you Monday night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.